let's try this again. So I was trying to they have a glitch effect on there. I was trying to be all cutesy and fancy, but then it wouldn't let me take the effect off. So I'm not going to sit here and do the whole video like that, because that would be not fun. So, but yeah, guys, how you doing today? January 11th, so 111 today, and we're in balance. 111 is the plan. Well, one is the plan. It's the leader. It's the master. It's the way. So today's a big day. All right. I awoke this morning to a beautiful dream. Isn't that funny? I awoke to a dream. There's a good quote right there. I'm gonna take that one later and post it. You don't take that one on me. I awoke to a dream this morning, and I haven't really gone into talking about how my sleep works, but it's really interesting. Every night I basically sleep, but during my sleep I am subconsciously thinking. I'm not sitting there and trying to think about what to think about, like when we're going about our day-to-day and you hear the term daydreaming and stuff like that. That's at least you kind of beginning the train of thought and taking it somewhere. But when you're sleeping, it's really not you consciously like, oh, I want to think about basketball today, and start daydreaming about it. It's you're sleeping, and then all of a sudden something comes to you. So, but I'm subconsciously thinking, and I'm aware of my subconscious thinking as I'm sleeping. And as important thoughts and sometimes visions come to me, I'm actually able and conscious enough and aware enough to know that I'm sleeping and having a thought. I actually wake myself up. I take a note of it. Sometimes I'll even post it right away, but I'll take a note of it at least, and I'll go back to sleep right away. I'll just go right back to sleep. And this happens every night. There's certain nights where I don't take any notes. There's certain nights I'm extremely exhausted. When your brain is exhausted to a point that it's kind of wiped out and drained, it's not going to be producing much at all. So there's many nights where I don't get enough sleep. It also seems to be one of these things where I need to be asleep for a certain, a good chunk of time at least, and then it'll start coming in. But there's other times, and it's also as I'm falling asleep, as I'm nodding off and falling asleep, it starts coming, and I start writing and writing and writing. But yeah, and then I basically wake up in the morning. Every day what happens is I'll have this final thought that comes in, and I don't know necessarily it's going to be the final thought before I wake up, but it's always this thing that keeps like boom, 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 boom. It just keeps repeating itself in my head, boom, 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 and it's trying to like let me know like, hey, you need to take note of this. Now I'm telling you, there's times where I ignore that. I see it in my dream and I'm feeling it, but what I do is I convince myself, oh, I got it. I've got it. But I don't got it, because it was meant to be taken down. Because what happens is, as soon as I wake up, if I didn't take the note, it's gone. Like I don't have remembrance of it. I'll forget it, and trust me, it like fires my body up. I hate it so much that I didn't listen to myself, and I didn't just wake up, take the note, and go back to bed, right? Or whatever. So what happens though is these big pounding thoughts that come in, and then I take that final note, and what happens is my body rushes with heat, and it's time to wake up. And it's always right on point. It's like right a minute before my alarm goes off, or like a second before my baby starts crying, or to wake up or something. So it's all like in sync with each other. And this morning, the vision I had right before I woke up was brilliant and beautiful. It was another vision of what I believe to be our future events that are going to be taking place on this planet very soon. I've had many visions of this, and it was just another one. And what happens is, the reason I'm having these visions now is so that when the events happen, to me it won't be a shock. To me it won't be something new. I've already have experienced it and seen it, and I've felt it, guys. I mean, I've felt it many times, and I've also seen in physical life the sky and the things in the sky already doing very crazy things. So to me, when these very, very intense, big, massive, crazy things happen that we're not used to and can't comprehend, someone like me will have already comprehended it, and I'll be able to be the one there that says, hey guys, it's okay, it's all good, I've already been through this and seen this, and I've already know what to expect, and it's all good. So this is why it keeps happening, and it'll keep happening and keep happening until a point where it happens. Those events happen. So once again, what it always starts like this. It seems like it's a normal day. It's always just like a normal day. And then everything, like, everything comes to a stop. And you don't even know why, you don't even expect it, but all of a sudden you're just doing whatever you're doing, and your body stops. Everything gets quiet. Everything stops moving. And you know it's time. Because you've been waiting for this. And now that it's here, it triggers. And you understand. It's time. It's happening. And it's like the pit, your stomach falls, the pit, into your pit of your stomach. Okay? Everything falls and drops. Ooh. Similar to the feeling of a roller coaster. But it's not being caused because you're physically dropping. It's being caused because what you're seeing and what you know is you're about to witness is that jaw-dropping and that shocking and that intense. And then your eyes begin to see what's happening. Okay? Now, before I get into what I saw this morning, just to kind of, in a nutshell, what I've seen already. So, what keeps happening when I have these visions of these future events is it's me witnessing things going on in the sky and essentially around us. It's always these massive, massive craft and these massive structures. They're so big, and this is the immensity of it, and this is why when these things happen, none of us will be able to say a damn thing, because it's like, I'm telling you guys, you've never seen things this big. We're used to, like, the biggest things we see is like a skyscraper or a big airplane or something. I'm telling you guys, this stuff is so massive. People will be shitting their pants. Like, it will literally scare the shit out of you how massively large the things that I'm talking about are. And this is the dropping of the stomach, okay? But what I've seen is they're using the sky as essentially their stage. You know why? Because we can all see it. It doesn't matter if I'm here in Wisconsin and you're over across the country and there's people over the other side of the world. On a large enough scale, and it doesn't have to be all at once necessarily, or it can be multiple things going on at the same time, but just like we can all see the same sun, we can all see the same events if they're that massive and they're all going on at a scale that big in the sky. It's their TV screen. We're so used to sitting down and watching movies. It's going to be no different than that, but it's going to be real. And they have technology and ways to present things and do things that we don't understand. And so it'll be happening, and we won't know how it's happening. And we'll be sitting there trying to understand what the one thing that's going on is, while the next thing's happening. We don't have time to even think about it because it's just happening. So I've seen that essentially what I've seen, some things I've seen is they use the sky as essentially like a projector screen or a hologram screen where they're able to show things like a movie, and they're able to show things. We as people are very visual learners, and so could you imagine, instead of beings trying to come down and talk to us all, right? Show us a grand presentation. Show us a grand show in the sky that we can all witness together and all say, aha, I get it. See, guys? This is what's happening. So, what happened today was... One second. Got someone coming to deliver me something here. Here we go. Yeah, I'm just doing my work like everyone else, guys. I do this in any free time that I have. I try to make as much time as I can. I've got a family. I've got a lot going on. I've got a full-time job that I try to work as much as I can. So you're welcome for my time, and thank you for your time being here also and listening and following along so we can all learn together. What I'm trying to do is give everyone an update and essentially bring everyone up to speed to where I'm at, so yeah, we can all understand together. So getting back real quick, what I saw essentially was, again, it was like a sunny day, normal day. All of a sudden, it's always like I'm like outside, or just walking like outside my house or something, or in the street or something, and then it happens. And so same thing, I'm like just sitting there, it's a normal day, my stomach drops, and I know it's happening, and I'm looking around, and what I'm seeing is these gigantic, and I'm talking gigantic, I posted the picture with the tiny little house. It's the best I could do to describe. Now you can imagine, that's the size of the house. How small are you walking into that house? How big is this thing when you're looking at it? It is massive, okay? And it makes a skyscraper look like a baby toy, okay? This is what I'm talking about. And so it's like, whenever I see these things, it's like they're building, they're doing things, they're creating, and they're constructing, and they're making it happen. But it's so fast. You look at it and it's like all of a sudden the tower's there, and you say, how did it even get there? Okay, there's multiple towers being built, and they're just appearing. And what it hit me later after I woke up, it was very much like a Stonehenge formation. They were building these large structures. Now when I drew the picture, it looks like a thumb, but that cutout, it was actually a cutout. You could see through it. So if you can imagine, Stonehenge has the pillars and it has the top to it. So it's like a similar thing. So it was a large pillar with a big cutout at the top. And what's funny was they built the pillar first, and then they were having what looked to me like, and well, it looked like helicopters, but because they were like human helicopters. They were so tiny, but they were like holding up by strings and bringing over that top piece that has the cutout, and they were connecting it onto the top of that structure. And so it was like a two-piece structure. And what it looked like at first when I saw that cutout, when I saw it, it looked like when you're at Times Square and you see the big TV screen in the middle of Times Square, right? It looked like that, a big tower, and the cutout looked to be where they were going to be showing a show or a movie, or where the TV screen would be. Then it kind of hit me also. We see a lot, if you watch the Ancient Aliens and all these things, you see these ancient structures where they built these portals, or these windows, or these doorways. And so it looked to be also, it could be something like that, where they're building these gigantic portal ways, or these doorways for things to enter or exit through. So I'd have to think more on that. Again, this just happened this morning, so I haven't really been giving it a whole lot of thought. I'm just speaking off what I experienced. So could be either of those things. So I'm standing there looking out into the distance, and I'm seeing the structure, and I look over here and there's another structure, and I look over here and there's another structure. So they're building them in a circular formation out in the distance, around. And essentially, then this is what happens, and this is in real life now. I hear a woman's voice. Now I've had this happen again. Mama, this is life. This is the God that we speak of, or the voice that you hear, that you communicate with, that you speak of. When everyone wants to say, what's the voice? This is the voice. Okay? It's Mama. You guys will get to understand this. Alright? Why don't you ask her right now? Why don't you say, hi Mama? Let's see what happens. So I hear her voice. She says, Brian. I'm telling you, just like that. Brian. And I open my eyes, and that whole dream kind of comes full steam into my conscience, just to kind of imprint itself. And I'm not joking, my alarm goes ding ding ding, like it starts going off, my music for my alarm that I had set for my morning. Brilliant. It's just brilliant, guys. So what it's telling me is, I keep having these visions. It's telling me it's continuing to head in that direction, and we're getting closer to these events happening. And again, as it continues to show me more detail and let me understand and see what kind of things are going to happen, to me it will not be a shock. And this is why I'm sharing it with all of you, so that to you it will not be a shock, and you can share it with your friends and family, so to them it will not be a shock. And we can all, you know, sit here and essentially watch the show for what it is and not be running afraid or grabbing our weapons thinking we're going to defend ourselves, right? I posted it, and or maybe I didn't post it yet. I'm going to post it. But I had a thought, like, after I'm taking my shower this morning. I said, they could destroy this world before we could even blink an eye. But that's not why they're here. And that's the truth, guys. If they can do all these things that we understand they can do, and so much we don't understand, don't you think they could have destroyed this world by now if that was the intention? Don't you think they could have enslaved and imprisoned all of us by now if that was the intention? Yes. It's not the intention. It never has been. The intention is to help and guide and help set us free, okay? Like they are. They are free beings, okay? Essentially, they are our ancestors, okay? They help to make us who we are, okay? And so they are no different than us. We can think of them as our elders and our parents, our ancestors. Just like our parents and our grandparents, we would consider to be our ancestors because they came before us and they helped to create us and help make us who we are. It's no different than the people I'm talking about that will be coming and showing themselves. And the fact that I'm saying this right now out of my mouth, which is, it's like I can't take the smile off my face. Okay, I didn't plan on saying these things. They're coming out of my mouth because they're honest and true, and it's going to happen. So I hope you guys are as excited as I am. And I just want to say, let's have a great day. Let's say our thanks. Let's say thanks for our life today. Thanks for our time together. Thanks for our health. Thanks for our medicine. Thanks for our healing. Thanks for our energy. Thanks for our patience. Thanks for our kindness. Thanks for our friends. Thanks for our family. Thanks for our food. Thanks for our water. Thanks for our shelter. Thank you for continuing to lead us in the right direction and never give up on us. Now, we're saying these thanks, guys. Who are we saying them to? Those are the same people I'm talking about. Our ancestors, our guides, our helpers, people with us. So, thank you all. And our literal, I won't say literal because they are literal, but your immediate ancestors and friends and family that have moved on and passed. They're all with us and they're continuing to help us. And what they're doing from their position is rooting and cheering us on to keep going, because it's on us now, the ones that still have our physical feet on the ground here, to continue to cause the change and make the change happen. So they're rooting us all on, guys. So thank you all for being with us, and I love you guys. Let's have a beautiful, beautiful day today. Let's give your best friend a hug, and let's give someone you don't even know today a hug. That's what I challenge you to do. And you know, guys, this is something else. When we're meeting new people, don't just say hi, oh, have a nice day. You know what you can say? Hi, my name is Brian. What's your name? And you know what they're going to say? They're going to tell you their name. And then all of a sudden you've actually met. And you actually have a concrete connection. And forever and ever and ever, no matter what, even if it was just one passing moment, you will always, always, always remember each other. You'll always be in each other's hearts. It's a beautiful thing. And that's the bonds that we make when we say hello to each other and hi. So, hello to all of you. Hi, I love you. And I hope everyone has a beautiful, beautiful day today. And again, just to throw it out there, if anyone needs help or needs to talk about anything, I am here to help in the best way that I can, and guide in the best way that I can, and teach in the best way that I can, and help understand and learn in the best way that I can. So, if you feel that you are being called to say something, because what's the point of waiting? Okay? I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to get mad at you. I'm not going to hate you. I'm going to help you understand. Okay? And it's your job to take that information and say thank you, first of all, and then apply it to yourself and your life and actually do something about it. Not just say, oh, thank you, but no thank you. You know, it's, you reached out for a reason. You're having a calling to reach out for a reason. When I give you what I need to give you, that's the gift. And you need to, even if you don't understand or agree with it, what you need to do is take that package, go home and sit with it for a minute, and just say, let me just put this on the table, and let me just be with it for a moment. and see what happens. Okay, so I'm not steering you in the wrong direction. I'm never going to do that. So what I'm telling you is the best information, the best guidance I can give you, and it's the same guidance I would give myself, my family, or anyone else. So I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Hope to talk to you all soon. Peace.